Hello! Today we're going to be looking at the Gruffalo, which is a story you might already know, and we're going to be looking at the way the Gruffalo looks and how he might sound, and then at the end hopefully we're going to see if you can make your own Gruffalo. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. So let's start off by reading a little bit at the beginning of the book. A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house." "That's terribly kind of you, fox, but no. I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? Has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Where are you meeting him? Here, by these rocks, and his favourite food is roasted fox." "Roasted fox? I'm off," Fox said. "Goodbye, little mouse," and away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? Okay, so that's the beginning bit of the book, and if you don't already know, that this is where the fox has met the mouse, and the mouse has told him about this Gruffalo. But actually, he's saying that he's making it up. He doesn't think that there is a Gruffalo that exists. So we're going to look at what this Gruffalo might be like. So here it says, he has terrible tusks. Terrible tusks. Okay, so what do we think terrible tusks might look like? Can you think about how that might look? Maybe it looks like this. Terrible tusks. Pretty scary. And then it says, and terrible claws. How might your terrible claws look? Yes, maybe you might have a cat or a dog, and they have really sharp fingernails, don't they? They often do. So maybe, if the Gruffalo was to scratch us, it'd be really sharp, terrible claws. Right, and then here we've got terrible teeth. How might they look? Like this. Terrible teeth and his terrible jaws. I think the Gruffalo is sounding quite scary. You're making him seem like he's going to be quite scary. So here we've got some more talking about him. It says here, his eyes are orange. So maybe his eyes are the photo, if you can see here, the photo makes it look really big, don't they? Maybe they're really wide, yeah? And actually, maybe he can see in the dark. He's got orange eyes. Maybe if all the lights were off in your room, it means you'd be able to see in the dark like the Gruffalo. And his tongue is black. Here we are, his tongue is black. It looks really long on that photo, doesn't it? How does your tongue look when you stick it out? Yeah? I've got quite a long tongue. A tongue is black. Imagine a black tongue. And he has purple prickles all over his back. So that's like prickle, prickle, prickle all down his back. Yeah, like that. Very scary, Gruffalo. We've got some more here as well. He has knobbly knees. I can't get my knees up, but if you touch your knees, they'd be all knobbly. Sometimes when you fall over and you scrape your knees and you might get a scab on them and it goes all bubbly and it hurts. Maybe it's like that, really, really knobbly, like your knuckles. Knobbly knees. And he has turned out toes. How might they look? Turned out toes, yes. Maybe like his hands, they're really sharp. He's got sharp toenails at the ends. And he has a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. So what might that look like? Like a bobble or a poisonous wart, long wart? Yeah. Well, now that we've done all that, I want you to see if you can think about how your Gruffalo might look. So if we could remember what he's got orange eyes, his tongue is black, and he has purple prickles all over his back. He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. And then if we go back on here, he has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to count down from 10. And I want you to see if you can create a Gruffalo with your hands or your face or your feet if you want to get up and walk. And you become a Gruffalo, okay? So think about his tusks and his claws and his teeth, because I think he's going to be quite scary. Okay, so I'm going to count down from 10. You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,